T-minus 4, 3, 2, 1.
Following is a 24 Hours podcast.
The Canadian Football League's rookie commissioner Mark Cohon introduced himself to Vancouver's business community and media on May 23rd. Here are excerpts from his news conference.
I think the league is very healthy. I mean, that's one of the key things in terms of when I thought about this job. The league is in great shape. So in terms of traveling around the country right now, there's no big fires. It's all about building, and that's the exciting thing about the job right now.
Is the sponsor market competitive now that you're competing with 2010 to get sponsors?
Yeah, I think there's some competition around 2010, but that comes and goes. I mean, this is one league and the only league that's across the country, and that's I think the unique thing about this that attracts so many corporate support to us. I mean, my main focus is making sure that we have a lot of corporate, not too many sponsors, but go deep with several different categories. That's what I'm focused on right now as well.
About your relations with the NFL and the prospect of NFL games.
Right. Well, I've spoken to Roger Goodell twice. There's historically been a relationship between the two leagues, and we'll continue to foster that. I think the main focus for me is making sure that our league is strong, and even in the conversations with that commissioner, potentially there's things for us we can do together. So I'm not really too worried about their expansion plans internationally. I think it actually creates some opportunity for our league. Yeah, definitely drug testing in terms of. I've already had a initial conversation with the PA with Stu Laird of the Players Association, starting to talk to some owners. As a father, I think that's a very important thing that the league institutes. I think it will take some time, but I truly believe there's a will there to get something done.
How do you engage the young kids? I mean, I'm sure that you talked about it right up at the top, but I mean, is it as simple as you always hear about CFL needs a video game, those types of things?
Well, I got to meet with the EA guys who are based out of here, the Canadian guys. So the CFL should be at the forefront of getting kids active. That's one thing I'd like to focus on. So that's one piece. So long term is getting kids playing and active again, whether that's putting on a helmet and shoulder pads, or whether it's running around their schoolyard and just taking a ball and tossing around. Had a great meeting with Johan Koss the other day, the right to play guy. That's about as simple as taking a ball and throwing around the field. We should be doing some of that stuff. And then the longer term stuff is all the YouTube generation stuff, user generated content, social networking. That's things that the league can be at the forefront of, and that's what I'm going to focus on in the next few years.
Is that a challenge? Because in a lot of ways, this is a league that's run by old boys that maybe weren't part of the computer generation.
I think that's why they hired me. They hired me because they knew I can cross that generation. I'm still kind of young, 41. I don't know, but I ran a software company. I know the guys who are doing our programming at 22 use the web in a much different way than you and I use it. But clearly, I have some understanding around that, and I'm going to try and take advantage of that.
In favor of blackouts? TV blackouts, that's a big contentious issue.
Right. I think probably, and it's something that I can't change, but I think they're trying to wind those down. But I think that was one of the challenges in the early 80s, late 70s, in terms of missing a generation of people because they couldn't see it on TV. But I think people figure out how to get content in other ways.
Is it tough to have a personal view in this job when you know that you serve the board of governors and that they have it's they who you work for? They who
I think
sort
they
of drive the bus
want.
here?
Honestly, I really believe that they want someone with a view, and an opinion, and some direction, and that's what hopefully I'm going to bring to them. And I do have opinions. I talk to them and I say, they don't want someone to say, well, guys, what do you think? They want someone to come in and say, here's an idea, this is why I think it's a good idea, let's vote on it. When they don't vote on it, then I didn't do a good sales job.
24hours.ca